Hello everyone! I know it's been a couple weeks since my last video and I just wanted to apologize for my absence because I wasn't feeling very well, and I feel much better now. My skin is a little less inflamed and I'm back at it with another favorites video, so let's get started because as usual I have way too much to show you. I'm going to get started with the nail polishes because I sort of have been neglecting nail polish a little bit. I've been using a lot of Guerlain. I really love Guerlain nail polishes because I like that thick gel look. My nail beds are really narrow, so my fingers, even though they're skinny, I have larger knuckles, so they look a little knobbly overall, so I like my nails to look really thick and glossy. And so Guerlain's nail polishes have been my go-to at the moment. Yes, I'm wearing two different colors because I was testing out a couple of Guerlain's more frosty nail polishes. I definitely prefer number 463. I'm actually wearing the matching lip gloss, and that was actually unintentional. I just reached for this one because I wanted to talk about it since I purchased it at Sephora a couple months ago and I'm just getting around to actually really enjoying it. But anyway, going back to the nail polish, I really love this particular color, number 463. I have it on my left hand and it is a really beautiful, slightly sparkly, slightly frosty nail polish, and it's a beige but with the new top coat for holiday, which is an ultraviolet color, so it is a sheer purple tint. It actually leans more rosy, like the Chanel number 593, which is more of a frosty rose. I don't actually like this color. I purchased it because it's limited edition and I really love these lighter, paler feminine shades, but for some reason, I don't know if it's because I have a particularly bad batch, but this polish, even though I've worn it 3 or 4 times now, always bubbles and the streaks are really visible, so I think this is one of the Chanel duds. This is definitely my miss for the month of October, and this one's going back and I'm going to exchange it for another Guerlain nail polish. Now that being said, as much as I love Guerlain's shimmery nail polish, like in 463, which I'm wearing on my left hand, I have to say that I am far more impressed with their cream colors, the ones without shimmer. I just find that the ones without shimmer are a little bit more rich, a little bit more evenly pigmented. This one is actually the most disappointing in terms of the richness of pigment. I had to layer 2 coats on these 2 fingers and then 3 coats on the rest. So I did have to build up the color more than I anticipated, but the pink, which I actually really dislike, I dislike the color, I dislike the finish, it's just a little too much pink for me. I wish it had been a little bit more pale like it looks in the bottle, but on my nails, I don't know if it's because of the way it reflects against my yellow tones in my skin, but it just looks like a really bad 90s, 80s pink. So again, this is another miss for me, but I definitely still love Guerlain nail polishes. This one applies a little bit better. This is number 64. I think it's called Gemma. It does apply a little bit more richly than the 643 that I just talked about, but despite the fact that it has better application, I just really dislike the color, and some people may love this color. It's just all preference, and this is not the kind of pink that I like to wear. I just find that Chanel does my favorite pinks, so I stick to those. And now for the 2 top coat comparisons. I really love Guerlain top coats, and the only problem is that the Le Gel top coat is amazing, but it takes about an hour to dry down completely, and most of us don't have an hour for every manicure to dry down. So even though this prevents chipping and it stays glossy for over a week, I have to admit the hour time is definitely a detractor. I still give it an A+. It is by far the best top coat I've used in years. I've been using Butter London's hardware for a long time, but I have to say that the Guerlain blows it out of the water despite the drying time. So I still use the Butter London top coat on my toes and I use this one on my nails. Now the Guerlain top coat for holiday, which is the ultraviolet top coat, is gorgeous in the bottle. It has pink font up top on the cap. I love the way it brightens up and actually changes the color of nail polish. It is supposed to glow under a black light, but I am never under a black light, so obviously that doesn't really have any relevance for me, but it's just a cute little detail if you know, are a raver or you are in a setting where there are lots of black lights for some particular reason. But on my actual nails, what I can see in visible daylight and under fluorescent lighting is the fact that it does deepen the color of my nail polishes. So 463 is a more shimmery brown. It's more like a seashell color, but then when you add this violet top coat on top, it gives it a more rosy tone, and that's just the violet coming into play. But the only downside to this top coat, despite the fact that it does dry down faster than the standard gel top coat that I just talked about, the violet doesn't last quite as long, and I do see a little bit of wear already after just a couple days. So I do recommend sticking to the top coat, the gel top coat, for most occasions when you have that extra hour of drying time available to you. But if you're always short on time, the ultraviolet top coat for this holiday is definitely a good bet. Before we move on to the rest of the color, I just wanted to talk about one more holiday nail polish from Chanel. This is number 677, and I am in love with this red. Chanel does some amazing reds, and I especially love Pirate, but this one, Rouge Rubis, it turns out to be one of the best. I wish it had slightly more of a jelly finish to it, but it's a really rich cream, almost a one coater, and it's just really bright and really pretty against my slightly tan hands. So I highly recommend this, and I will be doing a Chanel holiday review. I know I skipped out on fall and I just never got around to it, so I do apologize for those of you who were waiting for it. I've reviewed all the products that I purchased on my blog instead, but I will be doing a holiday video and tutorial, and I'm super excited because this collection is just totally me. It's very neutral, it's very wearable, and it has that hint of color that we all love so much. So red is the perfect holiday color, and I'm so happy that Chanel threw out a stunner, and it's definitely the best red nail polish for this holiday. Now for a lip gloss. I keep going into this little trendy purple color, I feel like, with the top coat and now this lip gloss. This is the Kiss You Ultra Plush Lip Gloss from Benefit, and this is one of my favorite new lip glosses. So this isn't a brand new necessarily lip gloss from Benefit. They released this Ultra Plush formula way back when they had the little sets for the Coralista, so all the blushes matched up to a gloss, but I do also think that the formula is completely different. It has more of a plush effect, it's a little longer lasting, and it's just smoother overall. It feels more like a gel, which I absolutely love, and it's completely non-sticky. So even though I love, love, love my Bare Minerals and Shoot Amora glosses right now, I just feel like the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie Gloss and this Ultra Plush Lip Gloss are some of the best mid-range beauty buys on the market right now. So you guys know how much I love lip gloss. I'm totally addicted to it, but I highly recommend those two. It's just that I feel those of you with sensitive dry lips, and I will be making a video dedicated to my favorite lip products for those of you with dry sensitive lips, that this Ultra Plush gloss is a better bet because it's less likely to irritate since it doesn't have that tingly sensation or any shimmer. So that's why I recommend trying this one first. I have just fallen in love with 3Lab skincare, so I haven't been using my Lancome skincare quite so much. I know a lot of you guys really wanted to see a full 8-week result review of Lancome's Dream Tone. As much as I like Dream Tone, I actually have been seeing better results with the 3Lab Super H Serum. Unfortunately, I only have samples of this, and the serum is over $300, so clearly it's a very high ticket item. So I feel like Dream Tone is probably the best in that price range, and as far as the results that I've seen, it really smooths my skin. Dream Tone is great. I just think 3Lab does show better results. It's just a matter of how much are you willing to pay to see those results. So I ordered the 3Lab The Serum, which has an amazing formula considering a much more affordable price. It's a little bit more expensive than Dream Tone, but I just want to compare the two to see, you know, for $35 more, is the 3Lab serum worth it? So I just love the way that this sinks into the skin, and this works great under makeup. Dream Tone is also great under makeup, especially if you have normal to oily skin. And now for a little bit more skincare, I've been using the Kiehl Super Multi-Corrective Cream every other night, and I've been switching off with the 3Lab Perfect Cream. I really love both. They have different textures. The Kiehl's is much more dense, but when my skin is feeling more dry, I definitely reach for this one. On normal days, I reach for my 3Lab, and I just feel like this one is a little bit more effective with the anti-aging. My skin looks a little bit more plumped in the morning after I use this as opposed to using my Kiehl's, but the Kiehl's is a little bit more effective at relieving my dry, flaky spots on my face. So they're both great point. Both are pretty expensive. The 3 Lab is a lot more expensive, so if you're looking for an all-around winner in terms of anti-aging for normal to dry skin, definitely check out the Kiehl's. I have reviewed the 3 Lab Perfect Cream on my blog, so you can go ahead and check that post out if you're looking for more details on this cream. And now to take a quick breather, I'm going to take a break from the makeup and talk to you about my rings and my shirt. My shirt is from Daily Look. I really love this lace duo top. It has a nude sheath underneath and it has the black perforated lace. I really love this style. It's a little Baroque. It's very comfortable and it works really well with either gold or silver jewelry. Today I'm wearing all gold jewelry and I'm wearing this little owl ring with a midi ring. You can wear this right here, or you can wear it even on top, but I like to wear it as a pinky ring. My ring finger is about a size 4, so 4 to 4.5, so I guess that will give you a better idea of how small my fingers are. And on my right hand, I'm wearing these layered rings, so you can stack these as well, but I like to wear them separately because I have, again, knobby knuckles. I don't like to wear midi rings because I feel like it accentuates the size of my knuckles. I just like to wear my rings down here, and I paired them together, so some people might not like that, but I really love the way it looks with the way the rings are spread apart, so it looks more consistently even across my hand. But anyway, definitely check out Daily Look for their jewelry and their accessories. Most of the time I live in Lululemon, but Daily Look is carrying great new brands like Mink Pink and Lovers and Friends, Line and Dot, bunch of brands that I love, especially those Chinese laundry shoes that I showed last month. And the rings are definitely out of my comfort zone, but Jen from Head to Toe definitely inspired me to try more of these smaller dainty rings because I generally like big bold jewelry. So now I'll move into some more color, more makeup that I'm actually wearing on my face. I am wearing these M waterliner eye pencils, and these are some of my favorite eye pencils now. They do transfer just a little bit, especially when I wear them on my upper lash line. My lower lash lines, they don't tend to move much, and for some reason these are really amazing in the waterline, so I was surprised that they transferred a little bit to the top, like this green one that I'm wearing today, Emerald. It is amazing. But I just wanted to share a tip. Because these are creamy pencils, you can go ahead and use a powder in the same color as the eyeliner, and that way it will prevent any transferring. So that's a simple fix. But I just love the way they stick to the waterline. It's very, very difficult to find a pencil that works for my either very dry or very watery eyes. So I'm very impressed by these. So I'm wearing Bronze Kiss on the outer lash line at the bottom, and I'm wearing the Rose Gold in the center. So of these, I really love Rose Gold. Bronze Kiss I like because the metallic colors in this waterliner range tend not to move so much. They're actually really budge proof. So I'll definitely be taking these on vacation with me this month. I highly recommend them, and they come in some amazing colors, and I will be going ahead and swatching them, and then you can see them on my skin on my blog sometime this week. So do stay tuned for these. And finally, that's a wrap. I'll see you all very soon in my next makeup tutorial. Bye!